I first visited Ghana back in 2017. But this wasn't just like any trip I'd taken in the past. This trip had an effect on me like no other. And I just had this moment where I thought, what could I do to help? Being a filmmaker and a photographer for many years now, I thought the best way that I could help was really shine a light on what life is like for so many of these children living here. So back in 2019, I returned to Ghana to document the lives of two amazing children, Jesse and Benny. These two haven't had it easy, and they've had to overcome so many obstacles already in their short lives. Without the support they've received through projects in Ghana, donations, volunteers, and especially Jordan and King, I wonder where they would be now. I've been fortunate enough to see the amazing work Akwaaba Volunteers has done ever since they started in 2016. It's been so inspiring to witness and be involved as well. And what's most incredible is the amount of children they support every day in the Labadi community. I've always loved children, and if you think about it, children are the most vulnerable on the planet. And I guess it's quite obvious that children are our future. So, 4 years later, I have returned back to Ghana to see the progress Jesse, Benny, and all the other children have made. And it's so good to be back. Start whenever you are. Ready? How have things been since we filmed Second Chance in 2019?
Seems like a long time ago. Since filming Second Chance back in 2019, a lot has changed for both Benny and Jesse, and generally for Akwaaba Volunteers and the charity. So obviously we went through COVID, which was a big change for us with no school, no football training. So we had to find other ways to support the families by providing food and still trying to provide education for the kids and some sort of training when it was allowed. But it also gave us a lot of time during COVID, when we didn't have anyone travelling out to Ghana, to really focus on the project and how we can help the kids as individuals, their families, and make sure that we are still brightening the future of the next generation and creating opportunities for the kids that we're working with. So that was quite exciting that we had the time to spend on the projects and working directly with the kids during that time. So in Ghana during COVID, all children missed out of almost a year of school. So they finished going to school, or school was closed in March 2020, and it wasn't reopened again until January 2021, which meant that children who were in government schools were not going to have any access to any education, which meant that we didn't want Jesse to fall behind again because he'd made such good progress within his first year. So during COVID, or during that period, we got one of the amazing teachers from Future Leaders to come to where Jesse now lives and she was doing classes for Jesse and a couple of the other kids to make sure that they stayed on track with their education. And I think that's also really helped him to stay motivated, stay engaged, and keep him on track with his peers. So we're glad we did that. Since 2019, obviously when we first spoke to Jesse, he wasn't in school at all. He's doing really, really well now. He's enjoying school, he's learned to read and write, his maths is really good, but he's just doing well in class, and he's also turned into a really kind young man, I suppose. He's so grown up now. He helps out with the kids in school. He's very kind, he's got a big heart. I think he's seen us giving back and people surrounding him who give back, and he's kind of started doing the same. So he makes sure he gets the kids their lunches at school, he makes sure they have what they need, or helps them on the slide at playtime, or whatever it might be.
I help the children. I help them to take their food, and I bring their food and I come to share it all the class. And if they finish, I went fetch water and stuff. And
Jesse has been doing well. In 2019, he came in to Future Leaders without even knowing what the alphabets were. He couldn't identify them, and he didn't even find the need to be in school.
Like this? Yes! What is like this? Like this is what? No. Yes. Yes. So a straight line. Remove.
And from the initial stage, it was quite embarrassing for him to join the little ones to stay in a class. But after some counseling, he saw that this is the only way I can make it through. So he joined the class, and then with the help of Madam Nancy, he was able to pick up little by little, knowing his phonics, his alphabets, joining with, and he's very good with maths, so we didn't have problem with him when it comes to calculating things. Then after a whole year, Madam Nancy said this boy has really improved, so we need to take him from that class to another class. We were thinking, okay, from nursery, then just put him in primary 1 or KG2 and let's see. And she was like, no, he can do primary 3. Let's try him there.
And he's also quite passionate about his learning now, so he's told me that during the holidays he wants to make sure he's still learning every Thursday and Friday. Monday to Wednesday he wants to have fun, but Thursday and Friday he still wants to learn so that he doesn't forget what he's learning and he keeps improving his reading. And he's made that choice himself, like no one's asked him to do it, but he wants to keep improving and keep doing well in school, which is really good. I'm very proud of him for that, so that's nice.
Later that day, we caught up with Benny to see the progress that she's been making with her spinal brace. I remember her telling me 4 years ago the main thing she really was missing out on was being able to play sports with all of her friends. So let's see how she's been getting on.
Her brace, and there's been quite a lot of progress since we first got it for her, which is amazing. So her spine is almost straight now. She still goes back to the doctor every 3 months for a checkup and to make sure her brace still fits her.
So what we are going to do now is we are coming to do the casting for the spinal brace. So that's what we are doing. The casting is the wrapping of the POP around the trunk to get the the actual shape of the deformity. Okay, based on that we can do what we want to do.
Benny's mum earns between 200 and 300 cedis a month, which is the equivalent to about 10 to 13 pounds. Benny's first brace a few years back cost approximately £140, and then there have been continuous costs around her checkups ever since, with physio, changing her brace as she grows. This kind of expense is just so far out of reach for her mum to afford. Jordan and King have been incredible, and they've completely transformed her life by working hard and raising the funds to cover all of her treatments.
From not able to do anything, and now the brace helping her to play sports or do anything that she wants to do, it's a progress. And with the money that we raise, that has helped us a lot to help them in terms of going to the physio and going to see the doctor to change the brace and all that. I think she's improved a lot, and it has helped her a lot, and that's what is important. And we want to thank everyone that donated and everyone that helped us. And we are still on it. We are still trying to get them better. So we still need their support, and not just them. There's a lot of kids that need the same kind of help. So yeah, we're still pushing and we're still working to help these kids. So yeah.
Before you had your brace and before we started helping you, did you think that you will be able to play sports?
No.
You didn't think you will ever play sports? And how did that make you feel?
I feel sad. When I didn't have the brace, I can play the netball.
Yeah? And now that you have it?
I can play it.
So it makes you happy or it makes you sad?
I make me happy.
It makes you happy. They've changed her brace now, so it's actually just around her body rather than over her shoulders because of the progress she makes. And that means she has finally been allowed to play sports, which is amazing. So the one thing she really, really wanted to do and be able to do with her friends, she can now do.
Coach for the junior netball team at Street to School. Benedicta is one of my players. She's been with us for a while now. She's a special kid, very fun to be with. Initially, she was having problems playing because of her situation at hand, but right now she's doing much better. Her training and everything has increased. Her speed work, her stamina. She's understanding the ball, like netball, much better. And her condition is also allowing her to play much better now. We've had tournaments where she's performed, she's taken part, we've done great, and she's playing well.
So she plays netball Monday to Friday. We also go jogging with all the team as well, which she really enjoys. She's done a 5K race, which she loves, and she just enjoys playing sports. She's really part of the team, and she gets to play in different tournaments around different parts of Ghana in the stadium, and she loves playing sport, and you can tell when she's doing practical things, that's when she's happiest. Do you want to tell us about your mum? Do you want to talk about it? You don't want to talk about it? That's fine. We don't have to. He's still facing some challenges. His mum sadly passed away a few weeks ago, and that's kind of been something he's had to overcome or learn how to process, you know, with the funeral and everything. But in a way, it's been nice for him to reconnect with his family, so they came for the funeral. So in a way, it's been nice for him to get to know his brothers and sisters a little bit better because they live so far away, and he was so young when they left. So yeah, we took him to the funeral, and after she passed away, he came to stay with us for a couple of weeks so we could make sure that he was okay. And once he was all right, he said, yeah, I can go home now, and he went back to the camp to stay with the boys, and he's doing really well. So I think he's coped with it well, and he's told us that whenever he has children, he's going to name his first girl after his mum, which is really sweet. So she's going to be called Jemima in remembrance of his mum. So that's really cute.
Since 2019, from the first movie, a lot has changed in the sense that with these two kids, they've grown up and now have a lot of responsibilities. So in terms of Jesse has now taken on things that he's seen from what we do and now picking it up when it comes to being in camp and taking care of himself and doing all that, because the mom is not around, and now he feels like he needs to do that just to get better. And the same in school as well. Now he goes and helps the little ones and provides for them when they need it or when they need water or something like that. Jesse is there to help them, and I think we feel that our presence in his life has made a big impact because he's seen what we are doing and he's doing the same. And when we see that, that makes us very proud that we are making a lot of change.
If I wake up in the morning, I sweep the house, I burn the rubbish and those stuff.
Before you go to school?
Yeah.
And now, how far do you live from the school?
Like 10 minutes.
Walking, running, bike,
walking,
car?
Walking.
Walking?
No, 5 minutes, walking 5 minutes.
When I first saw where Jesse lived 4 years ago, to be completely honest, I was lost for words. It was extremely small. His mum, her boyfriend, and Jesse were effectively living in a kitchen. He felt unsafe and had no space of his own. So to come back 4 years later and see him now, living in camp with the academy football boys, is amazing to see. You can just feel how much happier he is living here. And he's thriving. And nothing matches that feeling for me. Knowing he's safe, has amazing support around him, and to know he's in a much better place, and with a bed of his own.
This is where I live, and
This is your bed.
yes, this is my bed. Here I sleep, and here I stay, and here I love this room because the boys, they let me get up. I like this room because they give me happy. The boys like me and really appreciate me, and they push me forward to go to the school, and then they appreciate. I feel safe for here, and I really love this camp, and I really love this house.
gives away his things. So when he outgrows his clothes, which is quite quick at the minute, seeing he's growing so much, he always finds another boy who he can give it to, who he thinks that needs it or wants, you know. See, Jesse's still playing football. He has had some growing pains because he's just shot up, so we're trying to stop him from playing every single day just so that his legs get a bit of time to rest. But he is still training, he still loves to play football. He also loves to be like the coach. I think he just likes that authority, and so he likes coming to help the girls as well, the smaller girls, and he comes to their matches and helps coach them and tell them where they're going wrong, especially. So that's nice. But yeah, he's doing very well.
He's got a real nice spirit to him as well. Like, he's still dancing, he's still cheeky, he's still got that lovable...
He's got a good attitude.
Yeah.
He's got a great character, I think.
Yeah, now Benedicta is like a mom now in the house, where she used to wash and clean the house and do stuff to help the mom, but now she takes all the responsibility. She does all the siblings washing and cleaning the house and doing all that needs to be done in the house, and then after that go to school and all that.
Benedicta's sister has had another baby, which means there's another little addition in her very small house. So we've recently just fixed her electricity so that they have a fan, hopefully a little bit cooler, and they also have lights. So we noticed that a lot of the time the kids get really ill, they get malaria quite often, and I think it's because they keep their door open or they stay outside late at night because it's so dark in their house that they can't go inside. So now that they have electricity, they can spend a bit more time inside because it's a little bit cooler, and now they can see what they're doing, and so hopefully we can prevent them getting malaria quite so often, which is good.
How many of you sleep down there, Benny?
5. We're 5.
5?
There are 12 in my room.
12. Who is the worst?
The rest.
When you're sleeping, who is the worst?
Richmond, Rifle, Mommy, Esther, Blessing, and Gifty.
All of them? All of them are the worst. Why?
Because my own there is not good at all.
You want them to leave so that you have lots of space? Yeah.
With what we've done in their life, they've seen it, and with the age they are now, seeing them growing up and knowing what to do at this time, being responsible and being there for others, we feel very happy, and especially me, I'm very happy that they've improved a lot and they are learning from what they see around us, and they've been learning a lot. Yeah.
And we've also managed to enroll Benny's brothers and sisters into school who were not in school back in 2019. So 4 of them are now at Future Leaders School. So Helena, Richmond, Raphael and Esther are all now in school as well as Benny. So the support from Second Chance Part 1 has helped us to do all of those things for both of the kids, which is incredible.
I struggle to put into words how special that school is. I remember walking in for the very first time because I knew it before the new school was built. I knew it when it was very, well, just how it was. I remember walking in and they said, right, Rob, you sit down here. And they went and got this child, and the child came up to me and she sat down with her ABCs, and immediately you just get involved, and the children just want to learn. And they want to get involved, and I was sat there looking around because it was my first day there, and you can see Jordan doing it, and you can see how much the kids love her because they come running up to her, they say hello to her all the time. King would arrive and they'd run over to King, and I thought that's what it's all about, making impressions with young people and making a difference. And yeah, it's so cool, so cool.
When they walk through these gates, they feel very happy and excited to be in school. They are excited to meet their teachers, to meet us, I and Jordan, and everyone that is here. They are excited to come and learn. And so the smiles that they bring in is very welcoming, and you'll be happy to help them.
Benedicta. She's still just as sassy as she was back in 2019, if not more, but she's also doing really well. So she's now in year 6 at school. We have seen that she's quite dyslexic, which is a challenge in Ghana because there's not many opportunities for people with dyslexia. There's not much knowledge surrounding how to teach people with dyslexia or the kind of things that they can do. So that's been challenging in terms of education, but she still loves going to school.
From the smallest to the biggest.
15, 25, and 74.
Vice versa.
74, 25, and 50.
Very good. So, how many tens are in 74?
7.
7. What are you doing with the 4?
4.
Where you're born in this world is a complete lottery. The children I've met here, just like so many others in the world, have already been dealt a much tougher start to life. These children don't have the luxuries others take for granted. Things like iPads, phones, PlayStations, their own bed, bedroom, new clothes, new shoes, things like a family car. Some of the children and families don't even have electricity. Not one child I've met has their own toilet or bathroom. Every item of clothing is washed by hand. Food is scarce, and what ingredients the family can afford is cooked outside their own home. Many children don't have 3 meals a day or enough water. The teenage girls can't afford monthly sanitary products and often miss a week of school every month. But at the same time, these children don't really know any different. It's what they've been born into. Life is tough. But you know what? They're always smiling, happy, and making the most of everything and every opportunity. And it makes you realise having everything doesn't really make you happy. It's about what's really important in life, working together and being kind to one another. Projects like Street to School are more than just putting on sports and classes for the children. It gives them the opportunity to have snacks and essential hydration, and ultimately, a feeling of safety and security for hundreds of children. Jesse and Benny are just 2 of millions of children out there who are faced with some unimaginable struggles and life in poverty. It's so hard for me to get my head around that in 2023, so many families, not just in Ghana, are still living in such poor conditions. That's not to say things aren't improving, but there's still a long way to go. And with everybody's help and support, anything is possible.
I think when you first go to Africa, you don't know what to expect. And I remember kind of walking around the streets on the first few days and I went, this feels like home. And it felt like home immediately. I've never walked around a place where the people are so friendly. They're always in a good mood. They have their own way of doing everything, which I love. And I immediately just felt completely at ease with everyone there.
Winner. You are winner.
Yes! High five! Yes!
My name is Amma. My name is Amma. Good, nice. High five.
I personally do what I'm doing because it's something that I always wanted to do, and my heart is in it. I really want to give kids that opportunity, and I got the same through football, so why not if I can do the same? So my heart is so into what I'm doing, and I'm happy to do it anytime. If your playmate loses the ball, what do? Encourage him. You tell him, let's go, you can do it. But what do I need from you? Hard work. Okay? I want each and everyone to put in his best and train hard. Because if you train hard, you succeed. Okay? So are you all ready? Yes. Okay, let's go.
The part that made the kids so special to me was actually they strangely taught me more than maybe I taught them. When I first went out to Ghana, I was only 18. I didn't really know what I was going to do with life. And I went out and saw the kids and I was like, they have everything, but they don't really have everything in my eyes. But they felt like they had everything they ever needed, which I admired. And for me, those children taught me so much where like I look at them now and go, they have and just make the most out of everything they've got. And for me, that's so special with those children is it's all perception and they just do it with a smile, and that's so important. I think for me, I guess the nicest part really about going and working with them in Ghana was actually, at some point it's nice to just stand back and just watch the two of them and see how Jordan and King are. And I think for me, something that really inspired me, which is why I call Africa home, and those two of my best friends in the world, is actually they look at the need of any child and go, we can do it, and we'll make an effort to do it. And for me, that's so special because no matter the need, they're going to make every effort for that child and they'll do everything to make it possible. And I guess when I came home, I was like, I need that. Like, I need to feel like I'm making a difference because I see it every day with what they did. And I remember sitting down with my family and going, Dad, I know what I want to do now. Like, I want to be a teacher because the reward is there. Like, it's so nice seeing when you change a kid's life, and watching Jordan and King do it every day made it very easy to come home and go, you know what, I know what I want to do and become a teacher.
Can't take my eye off you. Can't take my eye off you.
At the end of my trip 4 years ago, we treated Jesse and Benny to fried chicken and ice cream, something they had never experienced before. So in true fine tradition, we just had to do this again before I flew home. I wonder how long it will take them to pick a flavour of ice cream this time.
What flavour are you going to choose this time? Ice cream.
Food first.
Food first. Chicken?
Do you love Madam Jordan?
Baby father.
How much? 5.
Huh?
He said he's charging her 5.
Her face. I should just think.
Okay.
You're nice, sweet, smooth, like cocoa bread, cocoa bread. You're nice, sweet, smooth, like cocoa bread, cocoa bread. Skin so smooth like cocoa, with no lose on no dough. Skin so smooth like cocoa, with no lose on no dough. You're nice, like cocoa, nice, like cocoa bread.
First time. Easy.
Wow.
Sure? So can we get 1 scoop? Cone or
Is it nice?
I believe that success is not just about you making millions or trillions of money to be able to make an impact in someone's life. It's about helping or the input that you put in the community that you are. And once we are doing the same and the kids have seen it, and Benea and Jesse have seen the same thing, I think they will come back and do the same and make that impact. So I think it will make them think of where they are coming from and which people have made an impact, and they want to do the same to impress or make the people happy. So I think they will go far, and people should watch out for both those two and how they will implement or what they will bring into the community and to this project.
So for Jesse, life has thrown so many different challenges at him, and he's dealt with them so amazingly in his own way, and pretty independently as well. I mean, now he's had quite a lot of support from us, but previously he didn't really have anyone to rely on, and he's kind of built this resilience, and now he's just so, I don't know what to say, he's just...
You're proud of him?
Yeah, I'm really proud of him. I think he's an amazing young man, and I think no matter what life throws at him, he's going to be absolutely fine, and he's going to, whatever his calling is, he's going to smash it. And yeah, I've still got high hopes for him. Benedicta, her dreams have changed slightly since we filmed back in 2019. She now wants to become a hairdresser, and I think she's going to be amazing at whatever she wants to do. I know she's going to continue to play sports and be involved in a team, and I think that's going to be really great for her to be around such supportive people and have great female role models in her life as well. And I know she's already a great role model for her brothers and sisters, because when they saw her go to school, they wanted to go to school too. And yeah, she's gonna do really well as well.
That's it, that's better.
To see what Jordan and King have created, I'm so proud of them. Like, to call them, I started off by just knowing them, they became my friends, now they've become my best friends, and actually on my way here, I was almost emotional in the car, just because, for me, they've changed my life completely. And maybe I don't tell them that enough, but for me, without them, I would never become a teacher. I would never realise what it is about life that I love. And to see them do it every single day, I see it all the time online. They honestly have made the biggest impact on my life, so I'm just trying to do a little bit to say thank you to them.
This question is the most important question.
Very important.
Very, 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 very important. So before you answer, think. Okay?
Think what? What do you want? I don't know what answer.
So who is your favorite? Madam Jordan or Coach K?
Madam Jordan.
Bennett, you can work with me.
Yes.
This is the second time.
I'm going to ask you once more. Who's your favorite?
2-2.
Ghana may well be one of the poorest countries I've ever experienced. The heat, the rubbish, the living conditions. Life here for these kids doesn't seem humanly possible. Yet there's such a spirit to them. And I really believe that deep down, everybody has within them the compassion, heart, and the humanity to want to make a difference. It's hard to put into words what these experiences have done for me. But what I do know is that they will stay with me forever.
What am I doing now?
Now let go. Azzy, what are you doing?
Well done.
While I'm watching it. So
This is Coach
I'm really thank you, Sir King and Jordan. They think about us and they really help us. That time I'm kids, I'm not going to school, and right now I'm in school, and right now I can read, I can understand the book. I'm very, very thank you, Sir King Jordan, to really help me right now. Please, thanks.
Let's see this one.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Cheese. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Nice. Well done, Benny.